Hi, I'm Roger Lurie. I've been talking about my new book, Don't Buy a New House, Build It. My other video shows you how and why you'll save 10 to 15% by building yourself rather than buying a new spec house from a builder. Now, let's take a look at an example comparing your numbers on purchasing a new construction spec house compared to purchasing a 5 to 7 year old resale house, and we'll compare both to building your own new custom home.
So this is the comparison chart that I have in the book. So we'll just use this for an example, and I'll talk about some of the numbers in here. And again, it's so important to understand the numbers so that you can see how things work out. In this example, we're assuming, just as I said in my prior video, that we're going to purchase a new construction house for $1.3 million from a builder that the builder built on spec. That's our first scenario. It's right in the center here. The second scenario would be buying a house that's already 5 to 7 years old for $1.2 million. We'll assume it's a nice house, very similar, but it's about 5 to 7 years old. So we're going to get it $100,000 cheaper, which is good. You get it cheaper, right? Or compared to building our own custom house, which in this case, I've got at $1.16 million, and this is the example in the book. So it's $140,000 cheaper, which is about 10.7%. So it's on the low side, as I explained in the prior video. If you've got 7% closing costs plus just a 7% profit for the builder, that's already 14%, which in this case would be $180,000. So you'd be at $1.12 million. But for this example, let's look at this at $1.16 million. So you're saving $140,000, right? So let's take a look. So let's go in the center column. If we buy a new house from a builder for $1.3 million, we're looking at selling it in 5 to 7 years. So that's what we're comparing, is buying all these now and selling them in 5 to 7 years from now, right? So you buy this new house in the center column for $1.3 million. And over the course of the 5 years, we're saying you've got $12,500 in maintenance costs. And maybe that's high or low, but these are all comparable. We'll assume it's a new house. You don't have much to do over the first 5 years, right? So we sell it in, say, 5 years, 7 years for $1.45 million. So in 5 years, that's $150,000 appreciation. And if you divide that by 5, you're looking at 2.3% per year, which is quite low. Recently, we've had appreciation numbers double that, but we'll just assume this for now because you never know what the future is going to be. So we're selling it for $1.45 million. And when you sell it, you have the commissions and closing costs, again, at about 7%, which is about average in the city. That's $101,000. So we're netting $36,000 from our sale 5 to 7 years from now on this brand new house. So it's nice. We bought a brand new house. We didn't have to do hardly anything to do it. We owned it 5 to 7 years, and we're $36,000 to the good. Compared to if we save $100,000 and buy a house that's 5 to 7 years old right now that was built, 5 to 7 years ago. So over the course of the next 5 to 7 years, now when you're selling it, it's going to be 10 to 12 years old or a little more. And so we're assuming you paid $1.2 million for it. And in this case, we're selling it for $1.375 million. It's not going to be worth quite as much as this new construction house is now because, some of the finishes and the style of it may not be quite as updated, and that's going to reflect in your sale price down the line. So we'll say $1.375 million. You've still got some good appreciation. But in this case, over the course of the 5 years, I've got maintenance costs at $25,000, so double. Again, I think that's very conservative, could easily be higher than that, but we'll make something comparable to the other one. And in this case, I've got $25,000 in updates. So to give you an idea, right now, to do a small bathroom, redo the new vanity, plumbing fixtures, and tile in a small bathroom, tub with a shower, toilet, and a vanity. Remodelers are quoting $35,000, $45,000 just to do a small bathroom. So $25,000 in updates is nothing really. If you're going to do anything to your kitchen or anything like that, this could be 3, 4 times that much easily. So we're just saying 25,000. And in which case we sell it for $1,375,000. We've got $96,000 in closing costs at 7%. And in this case, we're netting $28,000, so a little bit less than on the new construction house. But keep in mind, if you had more updates and maintenance, that could easily go into the minus column. So it could be a more substantial difference here. So, you know, because you don't have to screw around with the new construction house, probably that's a better move. You're going to come out better when you sell it in 5 to 7 years. Now, let's look at building a new custom house right now. You save $140,000 right off the bat, which again is conservative. That could easily be $180,000 or $200,000 or more. But for this example, we'll assume this $140,000. You have the same over the first 5 years. Your maintenance should be very low because it's a brand new house. So got the same number in there. And again, the same number on resale. We're assuming you built a very similar house. It's the same house, going to sell for the same amount, same closing costs. But now you've got $176,000 returned to you in 5 to 7 years when you sell it. And again, that's conservative. If you saved more in the first place, which you probably would, this could easily be over $200,000 different, you know, that you would net here on the new custom house. So you can easily see from these numbers, it's a substantial difference that you're going to have. The new construction house is better than buying one that's a few years old, but it doesn't compare to building your own custom house.
So that's how the numbers shake out. You can play with these assumptions and adjust them as you like, but clearly building for yourself is a way to go. Of course, it's going to take some work on your part, but making that kind of money, you'd expect that, wouldn't you? So again, if you have any questions, check out the LD2 website. There's a link after this. And when you read the book, please leave a review on Amazon. Your feedback is really appreciated.